from our long introduction. Governor, freeholders, honorable mayors, leaders, men and women in great town of Morristown, Morris County, young men and women, the citizens of today and tomorrow. It's such a thing to be given an outstanding opportunity such as afforded me this day. I extend my heartfelt appreciation and thanks for being able to participate with you this day. Many duties may be accomplished, many goals achieved, many honors recognized. None, however, can surpass that of being permitted to bring the story of one's peers to an assembly such as evidence here today. While humility can be found, we note that dignity spiked with pride will guide this messenger who has been elected to close association with the privileges that recognizes such an honor. This community has a long history dedicated to the founding and maintaining and defense of our great American way of life. Jockey Hall is a notable historical reality. The National Guard Army has played a major support element since that January in 1940. And we departed for a veterans day, year-to-day activity in the Carolinas. It's only to wonder how many here today remember standing in the rain at the state train station as our boys rode the train. Our families there wishing us goodbye and Godspeed. We assured them we'd be back. We believed in this. Many of us would come back. A few did not, unfortunately. There are always special individuals who have to give and go beyond that what is at least expected. Unfortunately, this is not for everyone. You refer to the phrase that has become so popular today as to all gave some gave all. This has become only too well recognized. I think of Prentice, Walden, Wyckoff, to name a few. These from a long roster of dedicated American patriots for the way to recognize all of our departed heroes. I think of the communities that supported Morristown, such as Dover, Butler, Newton, Hackettstown, Madison, many other communities, and the young men and subsequent to them, the young women that are serving today. We have often spoken about veterans and what veterans mean to us, what they mean to the community, but have we really considered what have they mean and what do they mean? To be remembered, those that have worn our uniforms so proudly and distinctly represent you and I. And to be able to speak for them on their behalf is an honor privilege indeed. I'd like to remind you, these young men, these young women, our population is over 24.5 million today who are veterans. 500,000 of these are women veterans. Many are leaving us in growing numbers. So it is that overall vet population remains at a high level. The Vietnam era, whether you look at it fortunately or unfortunately, is an area that's currently a high level. Unfortunately, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria today has been contributing to this. Of over 4,000 KIA and MIA of the current conflagration that is going on in the Afghan area, we look upon over 4,000. I can remember when we looked upon the first 1,000 that would not return. And now we're starting to look through a figure of 5 times that. This is a definitely considered opinion. We think of why historically this day came about. We have our Memorial Day where we honor and memorialize those service personnel who lost their lives and gave their all. This day, commemorating the 11th hour, the 11th day, the 11th month, set up after World War I, the war to end all wars. We do not need to go historically as to what has happened in the interim period. We all know what it has brought to us. Only too well in person of the fact of what our veterans are doing today and what will be expected of them and what we know they will do in the future. This is their way, the American way. The American way that we so strongly and vehemently adhere to. It is only with the American way that we can continue as veterans and we can give our honor and respect to those veterans that we come across. Yes, a pat on the back, a handshake, and the word thank you means a lot more than you realize. Frankly, the past few months, I have been so involved with this that doing a lot of uniform work, such as affairs such as this, I've been really getting thanks. In the last 40-some years or so, I saw very little of it. We are beginning to appreciate what has been done for us and who has been doing it for us. With all this in mind, hopefully, these brief words of mine to you, speaking for them, I hope, this is the way that we recognize, appreciate, and give our thanks. We owe the brave Americans and those brave Americans that are still serving. To this, I add my personal considered and heartfelt thanks to the God bless for them all. With this, I say thanks to each of you. Thanks to you for being here. Thanks to you for caring. I do ask God's blessing for each and every one. And finally, God bless America.